Cheers, the carnivore cheers, the only way there needs to be.
Cheers!
To the meat.
To the meat. The master's meal.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
It was awesome. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh man, what a great time. We just got back from the first annual SBG Steak and Butter Gang Meetup
Bozeman,
in
Montana.
Bozeman, Montana.
Beautiful Bozeman.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bozeman was so pretty. I was so impressed with Bozeman. I've always wanted to explore Montana. I've only been driven through there one time, and I knew it was beautiful. But we flew directly into Bozeman, and at least in the mornings, it was pretty every day. We got to see the mountains all around us. Oh, so pretty.
Usually several deer, lots of live livestock.
Yeah, it's cool. All the log cabins and just the cabiny feel of everything. Yeah, it was great. Such a cool trip. So let's see. Let's start a recap. We'll tell everybody here about what we did, what we experienced. Rhett and I, Carnivore Brothers, rocked it out again. Give you a little behind the scenes look like we did in Seattle because that's kind of fun. We were the two main cooks, and then we also had Brett, who's your carnivore.
Yep.
He helped us out, and he was there for the July 4th. I got there earlier on July 3rd, and then you didn't fly until late midnight. So you missed the first day, but we didn't really have to cook anything.
Yeah, I had to work. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that day off, so took the late flight in, and you were kind enough to come pick us up.
The reason it was in Bozeman is because that's where Todd Bachnes lives. And Todd Bachnes was really, I think, kind of the mastermind behind a lot of the planning and a lot of the stuff that happened. And so I met up with him pretty early on just to try and get a lay of the land. Todd and Raymond Nissan, if you're familiar with Coach Raymond, he and Todd Todd was showing Raymond how he was etching out the cutting boards. And I wish I had one to show. We didn't get to take one back, but that was for the VIP event that was going to happen on the 5th. But they were still prepping and getting those ready on their laser edger. And so the first people I ran into, of course, was Bella, and Elle was there, Dr. Chafee's fiance, and got to see her and Max and Raymond and Todd right away. And so that was fun because I had Kendall with me. Kendall's my daughter. And then my wife, Alexis, was also with us this trip, which was really cool. Finally got to bring them along to one of the meetups, and maybe some strategy involved there. I think, yeah. And you got to bring your wife, Elia, and that was neat having them there. One of the first things we got to do is sample the raw milk that was donated from a farm. They had raw milk, raw cheese, raw butter. And Bella immediately gives me a sample of the raw milk, which was absolutely delicious. And then we later on, we did a shot of it. I think who was there? Me, you, and Brett.
And Todd. Yeah.
And Todd.
Carnivore shots of raw milk.
Raw milk?
Cheers.
Wow, that's delicious.
There you go. It's amazing, isn't it?
So good.
So sweet, isn't it? Like
so
sweet. Huh. So good.
Awesome.
Go USA.
We all did a shot together to sample it because you guys hadn't had raw milk before, right?
No, and honestly, I was kind of dreading it, and then I drank it and was like, "Wow, this is fantastic!" And just dreading it because I figured it would be really nasty thick, and it wasn't. It was delicious. Had even a little sweetness to it.
So sweet. That's what I've loved always about the raw milk. Before you got there, we didn't even know it was going to happen, but Todd had been smoking prime ribs, and that dude, I mean, he's just so generous with everything, but he wanted to make sure he treated all the speakers that were there for the meetup that arrived early and anybody who was involved. So that included me, and Kendall and Alexis got to eat there as well. But he had done 60 pounds of prime rib for about 20 people. So needless to say,
they could knock that out.
Oh yeah. You should see the amount of prime rib Kendall had on her cutting board. Now, she didn't eat all that, but it was funny putting it on her board and making her think she had to eat it all. but yeah, I got to cut it, and that was the first. Like, I knew how this weekend was going to be because it was so funny. I was cutting the prime rib, and there was all these cameras in my face, and in the filming the prime rib. It was Todd nailed it. It was absolutely perfect cook on it. Made me look good. Made it look like I was the one cooking it, but I didn't cook that one. That was all Todd, and it
You
was
were on the
delicious.
Traeger.
Yep. So he
Nice.
did on his Traeger, and then we sat down and ate the prime rib, and that was, let's see, there was several big names that were already there, who were going to be some of the VIP guests and speakers at this meetup over the next 2 days. And let's see who Kendall got to sit at the same table as Carrie Mann and Adam Lacey from Healing Humanity, so, from our team. So that was awesome. She I think she enjoyed that. She had a lot of fun with that. And then let's see who else we had. Dr. Lisa Wiederman, Dr. Kiltz was there, Carnivore Ray and his girlfriend came, which was really neat. Elle, of course, I'd already mentioned her, but she was there. Dr. Rick, who is one of the big doctors with the SBG group, and that was the first time I'd actually got to meet him. So he was there, and of course Max, one of my favorites. Max was there as well. We all just enjoyed prime rib, and we had to set up the tent. The tent was they had delivered all the tables and chairs, tablecloths, and everything else, but we had to set it all up. So Kendall was a big hit there too. Max loved Kendall because she was setting everything up, and she got to fold the napkins and taught all of us how to fold the napkins in a fancier way to make it look a little more presentable. So for the
Kendall
actual
is so good at just jumping
meetup.
in and helping and finding things to do. She's got such a sweetheart.
She
Good
she
job, brother.
really is. I'm super proud of her. Amazed at how she just picks things up, and she doesn't need a lot of direction. She just goes, finds jobs, gets it done,
Yeah,
and jumps in. And there was a lot of people that complimented her. So yeah, super proud of her and the work that she did. And she made some new friends along the way, which was
yeah,
really cool. Bella and the two girls from the who donated all the meat, they loved her, and several people just really said how impressed they were with her, which
nice.
obviously as a biased dad I am too, but
Yeah,
it's nice to hear and see that from other people too. So
she was a great help.
the fireworks stand was awesome, and the area that the family had was really cool. So we got to cook out in front of one of their workshops because they were going to have a big fireworks display, but we didn't realize that. But they were putting on a party for the local police officers, firemen,
Yeah,
and had that all
they
set up.
had what I think they were expecting 50 or 60 to that.
Yep.
Plus, yeah, and they were cooking beans and what do they have? Brisket,
Brisket,
burgers, things like
pulled pork. They did all sorts of things. They grilled burgers later, burgers and hot dogs. I think, yeah, it was a lot for a lot of those people. But what we what we didn't realize is that was the same area we were supposed to be cooking in. And let's just talk about some of the meat that we had to cook.
that. Oh boy, yeah. So, how many pounds of picanha do you think we did that first day?
Well, we probably didn't cook it all that day, but it was the majority of it. And I think there was 500 pounds of picanha. 500 pounds. So I think we probably did 400 pounds of picanha the first day.
My goodness, yeah.
Hanger
Uh,
steak. I think
hanger steak. I don't know.
that was
I don't know
100
the weight on
pounds, I
that,
think.
but 100 pounds. Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
about right. And I had the wonderful pleasure of doing the Rocky Mountain oysters, aka meatballs, prairie oysters, cat fries, cowboy oysters, bull nuts. Why oh why do
Testicles.
we eat these nuts? And swinging steak testiculars.
That was an experience. We had, needless to say, neither one of us had ever cooked or prepped that, but that was something Todd wanted specifically to be on the plates, especially at both meals that we served at. And poor Rhett got the job of prepping all of those.
Hard at work, focused on the balls.
No.
Yeah.
I hope I never have to touch one of those again. That was gross.
Nasty.
But it was something that was desired to be in the menu at the event, so we overcame. Uh,
Yeah.
we figured out how to do it, and we did it. And
YouTube University. We had to go to YouTube to find out how to prep them, cook them. That was a first for us. We each had a sample. And me, you, Kendall, which is the best reaction in this video right here.
Rocky Mountain oysters, otherwise known as bull testicles. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Happy Independence Day, everybody.
Happy Independence Day, down the hatch.
All right, in one shot.
Not bad, actually. Need some salt.
Needs a little salt.
I can't believe
So
it.
delicious.
Maybe a little chewy?
A little chewy. A little chewy.
You know, they weren't very good, but I actually liked the smoked version compared to the one that was in butter the next night. So interesting. But
well, we had to all give it a first. We had to give it a first try, and that's what it was. But poor Rhett dealt with all of the prep work on that, and yeah, you touched a few balls that day.
Oh man, playing with these all day. You know, sometimes you get those kind of jobs. But we do anything to help you heal humanity. That's right.
Including playing with balls all day.
Playing with balls.
Red's touched more balls today than he's ever won.
Yeah.
I'm good for a while.
But we had a time crunch. I mean, we had to get all of this done. We started at 8:30. We had to get all this smoked off. 400 pounds of picanha is no easy task. That's a lot of meat. We had to get all that smoked off and prepped and ready to serve for 150 people that were going to be showing up. Man.
And then the rains decided to come right as we got organized.
We definitely encountered a few problems. So yeah, the rain, it wasn't just a rain. Let's be honest. It was a downpour and it started hailing.
We got this. No problem. Nothing like cooking out for a meetup.
Yeah, it was about 45 minutes, and then before we can kind of get out there, and then everything was just wet and in shambles, and but you know, we overcame adversity.
That's right. We kept going. That wasn't the only problem we dealt with. Again, poor Todd, and thankfully he's got all this great equipment and he was close by. But the main cooler that they had all of the meat in, 500 pounds of picanha, all the tomahawks, all the hanger steak, everything was in, all the dairy, everything was in there. The compressor went out on that cooler, and it was getting warm. So Todd had to go to his own personal refrigerators, load them up onto
not a great, like a Bobcat.
Like a Bobcat with forklift thing, and he hauled them over there, got them plugged, we transfer. So all this in the middle of our already time crunch of trying to get this ready for dinner. So a few things we had to overcome, but we got her done.
Yeah. Got everything back in the refrigerator. We got all that picanha done. We were working on the hanger steak, and then the girls arrived to help out. And Kendall, Alexis, and Yulia were such great helps with getting stuff cut and into bins and into the Jeep to transfer over to the tent. Yeah.
I knew that was going to be one of the busiest times once we got everything cooked, because you don't want to cut those picanhas ready for service until you're ready for service, like right at the last minute, right? So I knew it was just going to be in. So you and Brett continue to cook off the hanger steaks, because those weren't going to take too long, and we were grilling those just like steaks. So you guys
were cutting like a man possessed.
Yeah, y'all were knocking those out, and then me and Kendall jumped right in there, and then we had the two girls from Dry Lakes Ranch, and let's talk about them for a second. Brooke and Jessica jumped right in. They also helped cut. They gave us the hat, and they had some aprons, some cool stuff, but they donated all this meat for this meetup.
$30,000 worth of beef.
It was a lot. It was a ton. Super, super generous. And honestly, some of the most amazing meat I've ever had. And almost everybody, once we talk about the tomahawks, almost everybody raved about the tomahawks, said it was fantastic. The quality of meat was top notch. Really, really good. So shout out Dry Lakes Ranch. They're generous and amazing. And we'll put some information about that too. So if you want to order from them, they have some incredible meat. But yeah, we got cutting.
Based out of Utah.
Yeah, Utah. We got cutting, and they jumped in. They helped cut. We were all just slicing through it as fast as we could. We had about an hour to cut 400 pounds of meat plus the hanger steak, load all those up into trays, and then drive them over to where the main Meetup was taking place. He rented a wedding tent, I guess is what it was, that they had put up with all the tables,
Yeah, it
and
was massive.
about 150 people that were able to be there. The monster trucks that were outside as you walked in the front door. I guess his cousins were
That's
having
an epic entrance.
incredible monster truck, so they flanked either side of the entrance. It was great. He just thought of so much stuff, all the details, and had it all planned out, which was great. So it was really nice to get a little shout out from Max because we did bust our butts that day and worked pretty darn hard all day long to get all that meat done.
Yeah.
And
very nice of him to recognize us.
Actually, Brett and Rhett spent the last 36 hours in the rain, in the sun.
Yeah!
Everybody seemed to love it, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, the picanha was on point. Like, I could eat till I'm stuffed. Just that, and we had so much other wonderful meat too.
Oh, another cool thing. Shout out Caleb from Caleb's Carnivore Quest. He was there, and he brought the arm wrestling table again, and I was so excited because I didn't get to arm wrestle him in Seattle. So I was like, I got to make sure I arm wrestle this time. This Caleb is I think he's a 16-year-old, just working hard, carnivore, ripping
Super
out with
nice
some
kid.
muscle, working out. Super nice kid. He was teaching anybody who wanted to techniques and how to arm wrestle properly and whatever else. And I'll be honest, I beat him with my right hand, but I made sure he wrestled everybody else first. So his arm was already weaker. So, but he still took me with his left hand. I couldn't take him with the left hand. And he was great, but it was cool because he was also, as we're arm wrestling, he's actually giving me tips, and he's talking through technique and things like that. He's clearly passionate about that. And it was so neat. Man, Todd, again, busy as could be, goes over, and he and his family put on the craziest fireworks display that you've ever seen for the 4th of July. Started out with the most patriotic of national anthem, which was fantastic.
Then it went into like 8 stages of where they would set up. It'd take them about 10 minutes or so. They'd set up all these fireworks all over the place, and they'd turn on some music, and then they'd put on a show that would last a good 5 to 6 minutes.
Oh, maybe some of them were longer than that. I think, yeah. I mean, it may have been 10 minutes, and there was I don't know, probably 10 to 15 guys that worked the fireworks stand that were back there, and it was so cool. They all had their torches.
Yeah,
they hold them all up at once.
So they're ready. Yeah,
they're like, get the crowd ready, and then they usually lit one of those big, huge, like massive booming fireworks just to wake everybody up. Say, all right, we're getting ready to start.
Next part of the show starting. Let's go. Yeah, that was the best private fireworks display I've ever seen in my life, hands down.
Yeah, every section felt like a grand finale out of another fireworks show, right? Like,
yes, and then the grand finale was 7 minutes of holy, how do they have this much stuff to light off?
So shout out to the Bachnis family, who is obviously known in the city of Bozeman for their fireworks stand and their fireworks show that they put on every year. I think they said they've been doing it for 23 years.
23 years.
It's amazing. Yeah, one of the guys I was talking to the next day, I was asking, if that was the biggest one he ever had. And he goes, oh yeah, but Todd's comment to us today will probably be, we need to go bigger next year. So every year it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's insane. It was great. Well worth it.
Absolutely. That way, and it went a little bit past midnight, and we got home and hit bed pretty quick. We shared the Airbnb with Carrie and Adam. I was hoping we might get some time to chat with them, but usually we were pretty much there just to lay our heads.
We were pretty much wiped out, and then we got up early the next morning, out the door at 8 o'clock or 7:30 that we left, I think.
Yeah.
The next morning.